Hello, good morning everyone. Now we are here at the microorganism topic, the last part. Very small thing to learn today. We have almost finished the topic. Now the last point that what we need to discuss in this particular part is nothing but nitrogen fixation. Now one simple question you must have got it. Okay, how come bacteria or microorganisms and nitrogen fixation? What is the relation here? Let me tell you a very important process which actually keeps us alive, not only us, all the animals alive. That is nitrogen fixation, a very basic and required process. We are going to discuss this. Before that, let us understand nitrogen. What is nitrogen? Nitrogen is a gas widely available in the atmosphere. Okay, but nitrogen is such a gas which is present in a inert state, like inert in sense it won't react with anyone else, because nitrogen is connected with each other with triple bond, and this bond is very strong. Nitrogen are connected to each other, it is N2. The formula for nitrogen is N2. That means two nitrogen atoms combine to give nitrogen gas, that is N2 gas, and which is connected to each other with a very strong bond, and this strong bond cannot be broken. Now this nitrogen we need for so many different things. Nitrogen we need for protein, we need for preparation of the cell, that means cell wall, we need the nitrogen for vitamin. All these things you will find nitrogen in it. Now if nitrogen is in abundant stage, that means it is in inert stage, that means it won't react with anyone, then how this nitrogen can reach to us, reach to human? Okay, isn't it? This is the big question, right? So for this, now let's watch a very interesting video, okay, which will help you in understanding two things. One is what is nitrogen cycle, nitrogen fixation, and second, very important concept of nitrogen cycle. And these are the two simple and final part of this particular topic. So I hope you all are very eager to watch the video. Let us begin the video.
We all love eating chocolates. But what if we are gifted cocoa beans instead? Can we really relish the cocoa beans just like chocolate? Of course not. Similarly, there are so many organisms which require a few important constituents, but they are not present in the utilizable form. One such example is that of nitrogen. Yes, atmospheric nitrogen is extremely important for the proper functioning of cells. The main reason for that is that proteins are made up of amino acids, which are in turn made up of nitrogen molecules. Also, many other compounds important for the cell are made up of nitrogen. So, are we saying that nitrogen is required by all organisms? Of course, yes. But we can't really breathe nitrogen from the air. So, this problem will be fixed by the plants for us. Yes, they will synthesize compounds having nitrogen. And when we consume plants, the nitrogen will enter our body. Simple, isn't it? Actually not. Problem of nitrogen consumption by animals got solved. But what about the problem of nitrogen consumption by plants? Nitrogen is present in abundance in the atmosphere. However, the divalent molecule has a very strong triple bond shared between its atoms, and it's very difficult to break this bond. It requires extremely high amounts of energy. One instance occurring naturally is the lightning process, which helps break the two atoms apart. But that doesn't always help. So the problem still exists. Even plants cannot take in nitrogen directly from the air. So now who will solve this problem? We don't need to worry. Plants also seek the help of some other organisms, the microorganisms. Yes, Several bacteria and blue-green algae are a part of this activity. This important process is referred to as nitrogen fixation. What do we exactly mean by this? The term fixation refers to converting an element into its usable form. So, are we saying that these organisms convert nitrogen into utilizable forms? Absolutely. These organisms are referred to as nitrogen-fixing organisms. These nitrogen fixers present in soil convert the atmospheric nitrogen molecules into compounds like nitrates, nitrites, and ammonium. These compounds are then taken up by the roots of the plants. And then the plants uses these compounds to synthesize their own proteins. Consumption of these plants by animals and humans then gets the nitrogen into the animal kingdom. This is how the process of nitrogen fixation occurs. Let me quickly recap what we learned. Humans need nitrogen, but they can't take it directly from the atmosphere. Hence they get it from the plants. But even plants can't take it directly from the atmosphere. This is where the nitrogen-fixing organisms come into the picture. They convert the atmospheric nitrogen into consumable compounds for the plants. And then animals consume the plants to get this nitrogen. But wait, if all the nitrogen in the atmosphere is gradually fixed by these microbes and used by plants and us, then it would deplete, right? What if it gets entirely depleted? What will happen then? How will organisms survive? Guess what? Nature, as always, holds a secret solution to this. And that secret is the nitrogen cycle. Yes, the nitrogen in the atmosphere is brought into the biological world where it is utilized. But it is also sent back to the atmosphere by some means. This process of cyclic flow of nitrogen from the atmosphere to the living world and back into the atmosphere is called as the nitrogen cycle. But how does this cycle actually flow? Let's have a look. As we know, the atmospheric nitrogen is fixed in two major ways. Firstly, by the rhizobium bacteria living in root nodules of the leguminous plants, and secondly, by nitrogen-fixing bacteria and blue-green algae in the soil. The first type involves fixing of nitrogen exclusively for legumes. The roots of these plants have nodules that are small bead-like structures. These nodules are the homes for a group of nitrogen-fixing bacteria called the rhizobium. The roots can thus directly get benefited due to the activity of these bacteria. But what about the non-leguminous plants? We don't need to worry. We have the second method. The nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the soil and the blue-green algae help in converting the atmospheric nitrogen into usable compounds. These compounds will be absorbed by the plants and utilized further. Now, when animals consume these plants, the nitrogen enters their body. Now, how will the nitrogen get back into the atmosphere from here? Definitely not by breathing. Let me give you a hint. Have you come across the process of decomposition? Yes, that's the answer to this question. When these organisms die, their bodies get buried in the soil. Now here the decomposers are all set into the action. The decomposers help to break down the various compounds containing nitrogen. So what will be the result? Yes, it results in releasing the nitrogen trapped inside the organism's body back into the soil. Amazing, isn't it? But wait, here's something more interesting. The soil also has another category of bacteria called the denitrifying bacteria. What could they be useful for? As the name says, they will help release the nitrogen molecules from these compounds present in soil into the atmosphere. Yes, these denitrifying bacteria sometimes convert the available nitrogen-containing compounds from the soil to release molecular nitrogen. That means they do not really wait for the decomposers to complete the process. Whenever these denitrifying bacteria encounter the nitrogen-containing compounds, they simply convert it and release molecular nitrogen. A keen look at the complete process gives us an understanding that the entire process flows in a cyclic manner. This is how several types of bacteria help in ecologically important processes like nitrogen fixation.
Okay, so I hope you have understood how the nitrogen is fixed in the soil, right? uh, Video was quite fast. So what I have the complete nitrogen cycle uh, in one go in front of you on the board. So this is the atmospheric nitrogen, that is N2. N2 is nothing but N and N triple bond. This is called as N2, which is a very strong bond. This can be broken by two ways. One is lightning, which is here. So atmospheric nitrogen can be fixed by lightning or by another process using microorganism. That is, nitrogen fixing bacteria fix the atmospheric nitrogen. Fix in sense it's convert. Now that bacteria convert, how it converts? It convert into nitrogenous compound. That means compound like NO2, NO3, or maybe NH4, that is ammonia. So these kind of compounds will be formed by the bacteria. Now these compounds will be consumed by the plants from the soil. So these compounds are there present in the soil and that goes to the plant. You can check here. Now what plant does? Plants convert this compound into protein. And this protein, as when we eat a plant body or part of the plant, is rich to the animal, right? Animal in sense all the vegetable, what are those called as carnivorous and they are herbivorous, right? Herbivorous animal, what are those? Those eat these plants and convert it into protein, or the protein is received by those plants. Then from those plants to the carnivorous animal, and then when animal die, the waste excretion means urination, what we urine, or maybe waste product of our body also will have nitrogen content. And of course when we die, the decomposed body also convert our nitrogen into the nitrogen compounds. Now that can directly consumed by the plant again, right? Of course at the same time, not the whole nitrogen compound is consumed by the plant. Some nitrogen compounds will be left in the soil, which can be fixed by denitrifying bacteria. Denitrifying bacteria, what they do, they convert the compound of nitrogen into directly gaseous nitrogen, that is N2, and that will be sent to the atmosphere. So this is how the cycle of atmosphere, cycle of nitrogen continues, right? And that is the reason the nitrogen in the atmosphere remain constant. It never vanishes or it never reduces. Okay, so atmosphere of nitrogen of the concentration or the quantity of atmosphere or quantity of nitrogen in the atmosphere remains same, right? Is this clear? So that's it, the topic is done. Expecting now exercise from you. I haven't seen the exercise, but how much I have taught you, I'm sure at least 90% of the exercise you can solve all by yourself. So today, instead of giving you separate questions, I'm now telling you to directly solve the exercise. Okay, I hope you can do it. At any cost, I want this exercise complete. Okay, so from tomorrow, we will start with the next topic of mathematics. I think that is construction. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye bye. See you tomorrow.